Good afternoon. Thank you to Senior Style Guide and to Vicki Black for having me on today. I am Kate. I am the owner of the Photo Editive, a photo retouch outsourcing company. I'm passionate about photography. I'm passionate about business and outsourcing and ways that we can grow and develop and be more profitable in our businesses. And so I'm jumping on here today to just share a little bit with you about how I feel that you can do some things in your business that will help you to be more profitable and for things to run more smoothly. So I ran a successful high school senior photography business in California for many years. I was booked completely. I was overwhelmed. If I wasn't shooting, I was retouching or meeting with clients or preparing client orders. It was a constant cycle, and I always sought to find some sort of balance because I felt like I worked from the sun up until into the evenings, and I just never seemed to catch up. And I tried different things. I attended different workshops. I learned immensely. I came back. I applied those concepts to my business. There were ways that they changed it completely. Processes and things that I found worked, and I was amazed at how much smoothly my business ran. When we moved from California, I had to make a decision onto whether or not I was going to restart my photography business here in Salt Lake City, Utah. But I found that I was passionate about business and helping other photographers. And the one thing that always escaped me was finding the right way to get a hold of my retouching so that I wasn't always looking at a long list of things that had to be done, galleries that had to be retouched, because it didn't matter how I approached it. Those galleries took time, and they took time away from things that I wish that I could be doing in my business. And so that is where the Photo Editive was born. I wanted to create and design a resource for photographers so that they wouldn't have to struggle in the same ways that I did. And as I jumped in and I built this business, I have continued to just gain knowledge and education about outsourcing. And the one thing that I think as entrepreneurs we forget is that in a business, you have to have systems and processes in place. And that comes from the very first phone call from a client right up until you deliver their package. You have to have a consistent process, system, or workflow in place so that if you couldn't do it, you would be able to explain or have a process in place that somebody else could do it. Something that I have learned is that you have to organize your business around functions and not people. And when I say people, I mean you. You cannot organize your business completely around yourself. Build systems in your business functions that other people can do. Let systems run your business. Let people run the systems. That way you can grow, you can leverage your talents, and you can scale and you can get bigger. But your business shouldn't be running you. You should be running the systems and processes in your business. So we're just going to chat about a couple of things today, ways that I feel like you can prepare yourself and develop a process of shooting so that it will develop a system for you in your business that you could either outsource your retouching or you could do it in-house more effectively. So we're going to talk about shooting with the intention to create a system for your retouching that is going to be beneficial to you. So we're going to jump right in. The first thing that you have to think about is you have to get technical with your camera. Your camera is your most powerful tool in shooting for success. Things that take seconds to adjust in your camera can take minutes to tens of minutes to an hour to fix in post-processing. Exposure, make sure you're exposing your images correctly. It takes only just the turn of a dial here or there to get your exposure correctly. It will help your skin tones incredibly if your images are exposed correctly. One of the biggest things that I see as I retouch for many photographers is white balance. White balance is what creates good skin tones, hands down. When your white balance is in check, your skin tones are going to be good. If you're noticing the surroundings around you and you adjust your white balance, it's going to make a difference. If we are not having to correct color casts, the entire image looks better. So if you are not shooting in Kelvin or don't understand what Kelvin is, I suggest that you learn. It is quick. It is a setting on your camera that allows you to take a look at the surroundings that you have and make a gauge on what you feel the temperature is that you're shooting in. Once you get the hang of it, I promise it will make a huge difference in the outcome of your photos. The other thing is that I can say about white balance is take it off of auto. Auto white balance gives you a different setting for every single picture you take, and it's a retouching nightmare in the end because every photo has just a little bit different setting. So in order for us to get consistency amongst an entire gallery, it's very difficult when it's been shot in auto white balance. So turn off your auto, turn on Kelvin, and you will be amazed at what will happen. The other thing is to just slow down just a little bit, seconds, and nail your focus. Make sure that your camera is focused on your subject and nail your focus. That, hands down, will make a huge difference in the outcome of your images. The other thing is stop using the words, "I'll fix it later" in Photoshop. If it can be fixed in the moment that you're taking that photo, then you should be fixing it. Because if it's moving a tree branch, if it's moving a weed, if it's changing your angle, changing what you're doing with your subject, it will make all the difference. And all of these seconds that you start to save when you're shooting with the intention of making your retouching easier will save you hours on the other end. Seconds while you're shooting, hours on the other end. If you had to pick and choose, a 10-minute course or a 3-hour course, and you would learn the same thing or get the same outcome, of course you're going to take the 10-minute course instead of the 3-hour course. So stop, get technical with your camera, understand the settings, and that will be the first step to creating a system for your retouching that will make all the difference in the world. Not only will it save you time, it will save you money, it will save you headaches, it will save you so much when you do that. Watch for close things around what you're doing. Photoshop can fix amazing things. It's incredible anymore. But no matter what, it takes time. And anytime you put time into something, it's costing you money. Whether you're paying that for somebody to do that or it's taking away from your own time bank, it's costing you money. The next thing is to just slow down, enjoy the experience. You are a photographer because you love photography. So slow down and love the process of photography. Connect with your client. As you do that, as you slow down, you will be more mindful of your settings. You'll be more mindful of what's going around you. You will design your photo in your camera. The end result that comes out of that, I feel like, shows the love, the care, the experience that came out of that photo. You can tell when something is rushed, and it shows in the end result. So slow down and enjoy the experience of why you became a photographer. Consistency. This one's number one. Our main goal when we're retouching for other photographers is to create consistency in their galleries so that we have the same tones, we have the same coloring, the skin tone looks the same. Our goal is consistency. When a gallery is shot with consistency and it comes out of camera with consistency, it's easier to get that. It takes less time, it costs less for our client. When your portfolio has consistency in it, clients see that, prospective clients see that. They see that all of your galleries have the same feeling, they have the same look, and they know what, before they even book with you, what they are going to get. So when we have that consistency, we also have to develop a retouch style that, two things. One is consistent. So you're shooting in a way that we can apply that retouch style and receive consistent results. And the second is to create a style and a retouching workflow that somebody else can do. I was listening to a podcast yesterday, and they said, what would you do if your doctor today told you that you had to eliminate half of your work hours a week? What would you eliminate? What would you get rid of and still run a successful business? And I sat for a while yesterday asking myself, what would I eliminate if I had to do that? And it stopped me in my tracks and made me stop and look at all of my processes from when I arrive in the office in the morning to when I leave at night. Have I created workflows and systems that will allow me to eliminate hours and allow other people to do that so that I could follow my doctor's instructions. And I realized in many ways, yeah, I have, but there are things that I can work on. Keep in mind that as you create a system for your shooting and for your retouching, you are buying yourself more time. Whether you are outsourcing or you are doing it in-house, as you create a system for how you shoot and how you retouch, you are putting into place something that you can do more efficiently or that you can teach somebody else to do, and they will be able to do it more time effectively for you and allow you to focus more on what more in your business where you need to focus. The biggest and most successful businesses are not run by one person. They are run with processes and systems and things that other people can do. So take a minute today, ask yourself what you would do if you had to eliminate half of your work hours a week for your health. Would your business still run? And if you don't feel like it would run, make a list of the ways in which you need to find systems and processes to put into place so that your business would continue to thrive, you would be able to still run it, but it would be able to run with you being the main component of it. So I hope to jump on here next month, offer some new business tips, talk about things we're passionate about, answer your questions. If you have any questions, leave a message here or leave a comment, and I will be around. I will answer them. If anybody's interested in retouching or sending out your images for retouch, you can always find us at thephotoeditive.com. Take a look at my Facebook page. You can get all of the information. Thanks for having me, Senior Style Guide, here today, and I look forward to being back next time.